So today we're going to be talking about the foundations of success, as I mentioned. Now, we know everything there is to know about the super successful because they have been studied for decades. I have studied them for years and years, and there were people who studied them for decades before me. And I just stood on their shoulders and learned from them. The super successful, we know what they think. We know what their habits are. We know what they believe. And here's a clue. Success leaves footprints. And if you follow the footprints, it will lead to the success. If you do the same thing that successful people have done, you're going to get similar, if not identical, results. So we have a short time today, so I'm going to kind of give you like a water hose. So get ready to drink as fast as you can. I do encourage, take some quick notes, because you never know what somebody's idea that you heard before or something you might hear now might take you to the next level. You just never, ever know. So, step number one to join the super successful is to buy into what I call the philosophy of the vault. The philosophy of the vault. Let's imagine that all of your success, and I believe that success is much more than money. Success is a balance. All the success with your business, all the success with your relationships, all of the success you have ready for you is in a safe. And that safe is locked up with a combination lock. Now, if you can get the combination open, you get all that success. Now, what do we have to do to get the combination lock open? Well, first thing is you got to have the numbers, don't you? Now, what would happen if I had 2 of the 3 numbers? Can I open the safe? It's not going to open, is it? So I have to have, that's not quite fair, is it? I mean, we're not taught that today. Everybody gets a trophy today. So it is very unfair that I have to have all 3 numbers. Well, sorry, life's not fair. But if you have all 3 numbers, okay, I got them all now. Can I open the safe? Nope. Still can't open the safe. I have to have them in the right order. Oh, come on, Mark. You got to have them all in the right order? I followed 10 of his 15 footprints. I have to follow all of them in the right order? Yeah, sorry. It's the way success works. So you got to have all the numbers. And you have to have all the numbers in the right order. Now can I open it? You think I'm tricking you now, don't you? Well, you're right. No, you can't open it. Why can't you open it? What if I have all 3 numbers and I have them in the right order, but I do this? Let's see. 5. 15. 3. Still not going to open, is it? I have to have the process. I can't just start twirling that little lock and trying to get it open. You have to have all the numbers. You have to have them in the right order. And you have to have the process. And if you have all 3 of those systems in place, the vault will open and the treasure is there. So, how do we open that? Now, the good news is this. Most people that I've worked with, and I work with salespeople all over the country, most people I work with, they have most of the numbers. They have most of them in the right order. They have most of the process down. For many people, it's just one tiny little thing that they don't have right. Let me give you an example of that. One of my colleagues is Brian Tracy. Brian is one of our elder statesmen now in the speaking industry. And this happened many, many years ago. Brian was doing a sales training class. And Brian said that at break time, a gentleman came up to him. And the guy was very frustrated, which is not what you like to hear or see at a seminar when you're the instructor. But that's what Brian was facing. The guy was very frustrated. And he goes, you know, Mr. Tracy, I'm doing everything you're talking about. I'm doing all that stuff, but my sales still stink. Well, Brian knew exactly what the problem was immediately. And what irks me about this is this. The guy's manager had to know the problem. All the guy's colleagues that he worked with had to know the problem, but none of them until Brian had the guts to share the tough love with the guy to solve the problem. Brian knew exactly what it was. As soon as the guy came up to him, he held out his hand to shake his hand, and he gave him the dead fish. You need some hand sanitizer now? It's kind of gross, isn't it? Well, here's a law. It's just as important as the law of gravity. People don't buy from people who gross them out. It's just a law. People do not follow, if they're following a leader, the people who gross them out. It just doesn't happen. Now here's the backstory. That gentleman was from overseas. He was not originally an American. In his culture, they did not shake hands like we do here in business today. But when he came to America, he realized that people were shaking hands. So he just started giving people the dead fish. And it grossed him out. Well, Brian gave him a quick lesson on how to shake hands, because we're not taught that in school. We're not taught some of the most important stuff. So Brian taught him how to shake hands. And the guy's sales went up tremendously. But realize, his sales didn't go up because he knew how to shake hands now. His sales went up because he had all the other things in place. And he had all the other things in the right order. That was the last number in the combination lock that opened that guy's vault. What's that last number for you? What's that last digit that can open up your treasure today?